Bang, bang. The last bang is now official, and we are live, baby. We are live, we are recording. So, what is going on? Anybody listening to the feed right now? Hopefully, everyone is having a great ass fucking day on this Wednesday morning. It's your boy HoopesKj, Kevin Hoops, whatever you want to call me, coming at you again. And I just want to come at you little more explaining about the feed and whatnot. So I didn't really go into too much detail of where it's coming from and necessarily why I came up with it, but I did mention that I wanted to make the podcast a lot more, let's say, around gaming and whatnot. So a thing that I literally was posting something on Instagram or saw something, and I said quad feed or look at the feed or the kill feed, and it literally just bang. I got quad feed, and the feed from it just instantly, I was like, that's mine. I wanted it. And I feel like it has to go with, the kill feed in a game always shows you what's going on, and I'm trying to always update you guys what's really trying to go on in the video game space and gaming space. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be uploading every Tuesday and Thursday. If I didn't already say that this episode, which I don't think I did, but sometimes I repeat myself. It fucking happens. But hopefully everyone's having a good ass day. It's Wednesday morning, or Wednesday night for me, Thursday for you guys. And in today's episode, we're going to be getting into more of the Vanguard release that's coming out in the next 2 months, I believe. 3 months, September, October, November. So 3 months. And we've got an alpha coming up this upcoming weekend. So the alpha is going to be just for PlayStation users. And I don't know if I agree with that at all. Like, not 1% of my entire body agrees with that. And there is going to be a beta where cross-play players and everybody is going to be able to play. So Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. Either that's the weekend after this one or in 2 weekends from now. And then there's a second beta, third pre gameplay before the game gets released, I guess you could say. That comes after so there's 2 betas and 1 alpha. Now the alpha is only for PlayStation users, like I said earlier. I don't really agree with this because it limits your whole entire testing and streaming and so many different other outcomes that could happen with this didn't happen. So number one, I don't know what the streaming is going to be looking like, but if not a lot of streamers play it because it's on PlayStation, then that's not going to be a lot of hype around your game in the streaming space, which is pretty fucking big. It brings a lot of viewership to games, which is good for your game. Those viewers are most likely going to then want to play the game. But then you have your testing feedback of they release the betas to try and get any bugs out, any glitches out, any gameplay, any OP guns. I remember when the Black Ops 3 release happened, there was a gun called the Razorback, and it was fucking dominant. Literally everybody in the game was using a Razorback. Game came out, was one of the worst SMGs in the game. So you have these fixes that happen for betas and alphas. I like, you really don't even see alphas that much. I don't really know. I don't even know why they called it an alpha. But anyway, that's my stance on the alphas and the betas coming out. I also don't agree with it because I am someone who's been playing COD for a while, and when I started streaming and whatnot, I wanted to stream on more of the sponsored type of platform. So at first, Call of Duty was with PlayStation, and then they switched to Xbox, and then I think they switched back to PlayStation. It was along the lines of that. It was a back and forth type of relationship that Call of Duty has had, and that's making it so if you have a sponsorship with Xbox, all the exclusive content, DLC maps, betas, and whatnot are coming out first on the Xbox, and then like a month later, the DLC content, at least a month later, was coming out then for PlayStation and PC. So that was a really big no-no. I think they changed it to later after Black Ops 3 or Infinite Warfare to where it was like a week. But then they switched to now they were PC exclusive, at least in Modern Warfare. And I don't know if this was just for the competitive side of Call of Duty or if it was for the casual as well. But all I know is that now it's back to PlayStation, which I don't really agree with, because you have your competitive team playing on PCs, but you're exclusively releasing shit for PlayStation. So these guys are going to have to play on a console to then have to play on a PlayStation in 2-3 months when their feedback of the game is supposed to be the best when in alpha and beta, like they're supposed to be playing the way they would be in 3 months. Doesn't make sense to me. And you can say, oh, it's console, blah, blah, blah. 240 hertz on a PC monitor is completely different. There's no questions asked. And they might be limited to 60 hertz or whatever, but most of the time, gaming on a PC, you get the best type of content. All a console is a really dumbed down version of a not a PlayStation, of a PC. It's really that simple. It is a dumbed down version of a PC. And that doesn't mean that people using it are dumb. It just means that not everyone has enough money to afford a $1,500 PC so then you can actually run good games. Like, you need a really expensive computer to run at least Warzone or Black Ops Cold War, just because they're like 250 gigabytes just before all the DLCs and whatnot. So there's that whole aspect of it, as well as I've bought Call of Duty for Xbox, PlayStation, and fucking PC, I'm pretty sure, on Modern Warfare. I had bought it 3 different times. That's Activision taking $180 away from me. So if I want to play the alpha early, I have to spend the $60. And I heard, actually, I might be wrong on this, at least for this year. At least for this year, I might be wrong on this. But in the past, it was like that. You have to spend a whole bunch of different money just to play the beta, and then you're playing it normally when the game comes out on a completely different console / PC, whatever the fuck, crossplay. I don't even know what the gaming device, I guess you could say. I totally forget where I was going with that. Oh, but this year it might be free, I was told. And I don't know whether that's going to be good, whether it's going to be bad. Yoshi, what's going on? I am live right now, guys, on Twitch. I'm going to be starting to do these podcasts live. But they're going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Twitch, everything now. So the feed is going to be going everywhere. Usually we're going to be going live the night before the podcast gets uploaded, if not the weekend of. So I'll be updating people there on Twitter and whatnot. But those are my opinions about the alpha and beta of the game. Now, whether a lot of that's going to come true, who knows? Whether it's going to really affect things, who knows? Those are just, once again, my damn opinions on it, all right? But going into the actual game, we have another World War II game coming out. Now, oh God. There's a lot of speculation about this. And this is what I feel like at Sledgehammer / Activision, whatever the fucking conversation was, this is what happened. Jeremy comes in the room, yo, Activision CEO. Now, I know the last World War II game, worst COD in COD history, essentially. Nobody liked it. Nobody played it. Now, this upcoming year, we're going to make the best World War II game, and it's going to be a big comeback, biggest game ever. Oh, yeah, baby. And guess what? That is a big risk. I don't know if you should be taking risks like that when you have a new franchise league that just went through a pandemic. A lot of things could go wrong. Now, you might have exactly what you did wrong in the World War II game at first, and you might have exactly the perfect formula to fix everything. Whether that's going to happen, once again, it's all up in the air. With Activision's track record / Call of Duty's track record, they usually shit the bed. We have had 2 to 3 games without a league play at launch, and one of the games wasn't even a league play. It wasn't even any rank system. It was a playlist that made the game mode settings the same as the CDL. There was no ranking system for a competitive type of gameplay in Modern Warfare. Not a single type of ranking system for league play at all. It was literally just game mode settings were changed, which is fucking insane. Every COD other than maybe Infinite Warfare, another Infinity Ward game, didn't even have a league play. If not, it was trash. So that is another big thing that I'm expecting for the game. If you want to have a solid foundation for any type of video game, it has been shown. You look at League of Legends, you look at Rocket League, you look at Rainbow Six Siege. I could go down the list, even somewhat Overwatch and Counter-Strike, Valorant. I could go literally on and on about all of these competitive leagues that are now getting franchised that have tons of viewers on Twitch every single day, which is a huge amount of income for those companies. Now, when you don't focus on league play, you have a good. That means you're probably focusing on casual or a multiplayer, or who knows what the fuck you're focusing on. But it just goes to show that if you have a competitive type of game, focusing on the competitive part and getting a good competitive playlist and ranking system in makes long-time viewers / long-time playing, I guess people will play the game for a longer period of time if there's a rank. They're going to try and grind to get to that top rank. It's just that simple. Literally, I hopped on Splitgate, and right away I got into the ranked, and I was immediately addicted. I was grinding that shit. But before we get into Splitgate, I want to finish my Vanguard rant. So, we have the trying to make a better World War II. It's said that it's going to have a ranked when it comes out, or a league play system. Who knows? It said that it's going to have an anti-cheat. Like, these things are good, but Activision has so many times shit the bed that nobody is actually... They're taking everything with a grain of salt. They're not taking anything... Oh my god, this is 100% true. Everything is like a 50-50 rumor at this point. So... Once again, am I excited for a new Call of Duty? Yes. Am I excited that it's World War II? Not really. Like, the last one, it was just... The maps weren't that good. And when I say that, there's not only, like, the lanes weren't set competitively, and the maps weren't formed around competitive type of gameplay, which, again, if you want any type of game to be good, for players to be locked in trying to win a game... That's the best type of game to play, when all you want to do is grind for wins. And once again, I'm biased towards a competitive type of game, and that's just me. From what I've seen, competitive people want video games to grow the best. They want them to grow the most. They want them to be bigger than sports. So if you want that around your game, why wouldn't you focus on it more? It makes no sense. I just get a little aggravated sometimes. I gotta bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Take a little sip of my bye. But I'm actually really enjoying this. I enjoy talking about video games. I enjoy giving my opinions on it. I've been around the Call of Duty scene for a long fucking time. Literally, I was playing COD 4 when I was probably like 6 to 8 years old. I got an Xbox, COD 3, and COD 4 for Easter. That's the only time. That's the first memory of me playing Call of Duty, and then from there it was a wrap. Started playing Modern Warfare 2 when Black Ops 1 was released. Didn't make sense, but I didn't have the money for Black Ops 1. I neither did I have money for multiplayer or anything. I was a young kid too. So I didn't get right into multiplayer. But I played Modern Warfare 2 quickscoping so much custom games when I was growing up that, like, I know all about just the history of Call of Duty. Maybe not when it comes to COD 2 and shit, but the new CODs, the Black Ops 2 was, like, one of the first CODs I ever got Master Prestige in. My MW3 was my first midnight release, and then from then on out, I was at every other midnight release other than Black Ops 2 because I had a family emergency then. So, people can be hating on me for COD and my opinions, but I think I'm perfectly obligated to have my own opinions about COD and be talking about it the way I am. Because I've been through so many bad CODs and I'm still here playing the fucking game. Grinding 150 hours on Twitch in a month and a half, 2 months almost. So, I ain't going anywhere in Activision or Call of Duty, so... I'm gonna keep on talking until you fucking hear me, bitch. I didn't even change the category or anything for Twitch, which I'm just noticing. Fuck it, right? Who cares? But I have been streaming a lot of Warzone, and the hacking thing's definitely a problem, and I think everybody knows that. That's not nothing new to anybody. So, and if it is, like, if you don't know why hacking's not good, it just, number one, makes people not want to play the game. Number two, it makes the streams harder for. Yeah, I know. I literally just talked about that, how I wasn't playing Warzone. I'm just, doing the podcast right now talking. How are you doing, Whiteout, though? But the whole cheat thing, like, streamers don't want to play the game because of it, and then you see a massive drop in viewership. And if those streamers are going to go from Warzone to Apex, the people watching them are probably going to be doing the same thing. So if you have Tim the Tap Man, Nick Merckx, Courage, that's probably 100,000 views minimum, if not 150K. 50 views a person, 50K views a person. It's just bad tooth in pain. Dude, that fucking sucks. That sucks. I remember when my wisdom teeth were hurting and shit, and even when I had braces, dude, teeth pain is so annoying. You can't eat, you can't do shit, bro. That shit's the worst. Yikes. Well, I hope you feel better, Whiteout. If you want to hang around, I'm down to talk about some Vanguard. Need Zero to help me fix my fucking pedals. Shit ain't working right. RIP. Yeah, F121, he shot 2020, yeah, that's fucking old. F1 2021, hella good game. Shout out to that. I've been playing that a good amount of my free time. Not too much now, but I was. F1 2021 actually brought me back to video games and everything. At first it was Forza, but then I started streaming F1 2021, and I think that's where I met you, Whiteout. I might be wrong about that. But I've met some pretty cool people through F1, and even just playing a little bit through the stream, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot about the F1 in general, which I'm a big fan of. Got a race coming up this weekend, I'm actually pretty sure, and I don't know where it is. I'm not even going to try and guess. But if you have any opinions on Vanguard Whiteout, definitely give me your opinions. Definitely tell me what you have to say, what you're expecting. Are you going to be playing the alpha or the beta? I really I don't agree with that at all, because I have to literally rehook up my PS4, even if it is free to download, update my PS4, download the game, get free space. It's just a whole waste of my fucking time. Like, literally, I could just download on my PC and have plenty of space. But anyways, I really hope the game does well. I hope it's a really good Call of Duty in general. I hope the competitive is really focused on this year. And if it is, I'm going to be really excited. I think so far, like, if you look at Sledgehammers in general, when they've had full lead of the game, they're one for one. They've had one really good game, in my opinion, Advanced Warfare. And you could say it's good, you could say it's bad. It changed the whole entire game of Call of Duty, and it was a super ballsy decision to do that. And it got me alone to get really into Call of Duty even more than I already was. And I was kind of losing my love for Call of Duty with Call of Duty Ghost, and was moving away from Call of Duty, and Advanced Warfare brought me right back. I could literally, I'll go into the story. I was watching a stream in my ninth grade. It was my freshman year of high school. Watching this, if anyone knows the race to, I think it was just called The Race. It might have been called something different, but Jericho, T. Martin, C. Nanners, I think, and a couple other big streamers and content people, especially back in the day around COD, Optic Hutch, would come together in like one house and grind for like a week or 2 weeks, week and a half, until they hit Master Prestige. But I was watching that in Advanced Warfare, and the game just looked really different, looked really fun. They said it's a pretty fun game, and I got the game, started playing it, and the rest was history. Like, I started getting into game battles after that, got really into competitive, started watching competitive Call of Duty again a lot more than I used to, which I really only watched the end of Black Ops 2, a little bit of Ghost, like X Games, and then that was probably about it. Maybe I don't even think I watched Ghost Champs. But Advanced Warfare, I've watched champs from then on out. Literally, I haven't missed a single Call of Duty championship since. I treat that shit as my Super Bowl. And that's just me. Like, I am interested in competitive Call of Duty the way people are interested in football, and the way people are interested in the NBA. It's the same exact thing, just in video games. You have a team you support. You have the players that go big. You have the players you support. the players you follow from team to team. It doesn't matter. Like, you're more in love with the player than you are with the team sometimes, and it is what it is when it comes to that. Me, myself, I'm an Optic fan, but other than Optic, I don't necessarily look at all the teams as 2, 3, 4, 5. I look as Optic as my culture. Those guys I've watched them my whole entire life. I've done things in my life because of those guys sometimes. And I was young. Like, it not necessarily wasn't the best thing. It might have been better. Who knows? But I think that Optic has formed me as a person in some ways, and I'm a big fan. Like, there's nothing else I can say. But after that, like, I look at all the other teams pretty equally. It's not like I see one team better than the other, or I'm more of a fan of one more than the other. And it just is how it is. I think it's because a lot of other teams didn't really focus on content a lot as the way Optic has. And I think you could say the only other team that has is FaZe. But I watch FaZe Rain, FaZe Adapt, all their videos almost anytime they upload one. Or at least I'll catch up every like month or 2 months or so. And one person that I watch actually that I've kept up with ever since, I've been a huge fan of, is FaZe Banks. I watch and listen to his podcast, Mama's Basement with Keemstar, every single new episode that's released. So once again, content will always lead to viewerships and a big following, in my opinion, when it comes to esports. So that's what orgs should focus on. And the only two orgs that I think have are those ones that I've named. And Envy maybe, but that's now Dallas Empire for those of you that don't know. And meh. I just say meh for all the other viewership or all the other content that any of the other orgs make, and that's my fucking opinion. That doesn't mean that FaZe is my second. It doesn't mean I'll count anyone losing against Optic. When I think Optic's playing good, I'll say that they're playing good. When I think they're going to lose, I think that they're going to lose. I honestly thought they were going to come out hot at Champs. I thought they were going to realize all the mistakes that they've been making, and I think now that I'm saying that, it hits me like, damn, it's hard to realize all the mistakes you were making. And when you can't formulate your practice into a game, that's a huge problem. That's something that they've said over and over again. This door's pissing me off real quick. I got to close it. It was probably open for the last podcast. I just didn't notice, but I like the door rather than be closed. But formulating your practice not into a game, they've been saying a lot this past year. Now, whether that's for one person's fault, the whole team's fault, someone's doing something, it's just one person does one thing and the whole team does it's a domino effect, who knows. But do I think they need a roster change, I think, is the biggest question everybody has for the team. And it's hard to say because you've been I don't even know if you could say top 3 team for this year. I really don't. They've gotten top 3 a couple times, but they've also shit the bed a couple times. They haven't placed first at all, and that just goes to show that you cannot perform at the top level. You cannot beat the top 2. You can't perform and clutch up when the time comes. So what does that do for the team morale? What does that do for everyone's thinking? Do they need to change? Will they change if they stick together? I think in general, it's really, really hard to look at things from not knowing behind the scenes. So I don't like, what's the right word? Fuck. I don't like micro-analyzing situations, I guess you could say. Or micro-analyzing, this person's going to go there, and that person's going to go there, and this person is so trash on the fucking team. Like, wait, hold up. Are you in their fucking comms? Are you the team manager? Do you know who has a contract, who doesn't? Like, there's so many people that you see on Twitter or in the chats saying, oh my God, drop this person, drop that person. It's like, they can't even drop that person because that person is still contracted for next year. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but some people on Optic still have contracts. Other people on Optic don't have contracts. I know Scum does not have a contract signed with any team for next year. What does that mean? He could definitely dip. He could definitely switch teams. Do I think he's going to do that? No. I said that on the last podcast. I just think for being with the team for that long, basically, there's no reason in jumping ship now, especially when your career is probably towards the end for an average Call of Duty player. And who knows? He could be the first person to play until he's fucking 40. I don't know. But I think Scump is probably the only person that stays on the team 100%, and everybody else is, who knows. Maybe Envoy is 75%, 80%, but everybody else it's 50-50. Yeah, you could stay. Yeah, you might leave. You could pick up two people, and those are the two people you've wanted to play with, or that you've started to want to gain an interest in and playing with in the past year. Sometimes things happen between teammates, and I think the relationship between Scump and Formal is more of a friendly relationship than it is let's grind and get this win in practice no matter what and in game when it matters. So whether you need that, whether you don't need that, whether they balance it out really good, I don't know. But that's just how I see that relationship. And also, I think Dashi brings in the same. I think Envoy takes things very seriously when it comes down to it. And I think if I were to guess of one person to start trolling in a game or start making jokes and getting people distracted off the W in practice necessarily, it would be Dashi, Formal, or Scump. Just those are the very three joking around people. Maybe Dashi might be a little. When you see these guys super, there's being focused and dialed in, and then there's being pissed off and just knowing that you're not making the right plays. And Formal gives that off so much in COD Champs, I feel like. And I think Dashi does it as well every here and there. And Scump, you definitely saw it at the last event, especially when they lost and after that. So, I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen with the Optic roster. There's a lot of things that can happen with every roster other than FaZe. Literally anything could happen. So, you see all these people, Optic or Rostermania predictions. I'm not doing that shit. Get that fucking shit out of here. Like, when it comes down to it, I don't know anything that goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what player is talking to what team. I don't know what team manager is talking to what player. Who the fuck knows? I don't know even what contract each player has for how many years or who is a free agent going into the next year. Not to mention, this year and the past year, you've seen the most people come up as amateurs and stay as amateurs. So, you don't fucking know the names that you're not even going to be predicting or know about coming into this next year that are just going to be all-stars that stay on a team for the whole time that you didn't even have in your fucking prediction list, dumb fuck. That's not, giving any hate to anyone that does a prediction list of rosters, but just my opinion on it. I could go and knick-knack, but, I have no fun. It's a big guessing game. I could do maybe 2-3 teams of... But once again, that's all friendships. Like, I don't know who's friends with who anymore. I just know who's good at COD, who fucking beams, who's good with this duo right now, who makes really good plays on the map right now, and who's looking really good to stick as a team. And right now, Optic's not looking good to stick as a team. Empire's looking a little bit better, I'd say more closer to FaZe and Toronto. Now, whether Toronto wants to make a change because they haven't clutched up and won that COD Champs or Major 5, and that might create a lot of friction, who knows? But those are the types of predictions that I'll make on a roster. I'm not going to say, this person and this person, they're for sure going, bro. They've been doing trash all year. Like, no, I don't fucking know that. And, like, a person can easily be playing trash, but you don't even know the comms. The comms... I could be getting told what to do the entire map by the captain, quote unquote, and I'm dying the entire time as he's making shitty ass fucking calls. Not happening to me. I don't know what's going on in comms behind the scenes or anything. So I'll say Dallas looks good. Optic looks a lot more shaky in the roster. FaZe for sure looks like they're staying. Seattle already wiped the whole fucking team, so that's an easy ass fucking prediction. Like, Seattle's like, we ain't doing this, we trash. Now, Octane says he only really fucks with about 3 different people from Seattle. So, who knows? They might be getting new management, you might not even see Seattle. They might be out of the league. But there also could be league expansion. Like, there's so many question marks for this upcoming year, yet you see the most roster predictions when there's so many unknowns. We just got the fucking official release of the game 3 months before it's getting released. That's a first, ladies and gentlemen. That is a first. Not once has that ever happened in Call of Duty, unless it was back in the day, like before probably Modern Warfare 2, I'd say. But I still highly doubt that. Games are usually, oh my god, my hair. Usually are released, though, or at least the trailers are released in March/May during E3. Big gaming convention and whatnot. But usually you see them released at these big gaming conventions because there's a whole bunch of hype behind them. But those are my roster predictions, I'd say. I mean, any other team, really, I would say look at the contracts, look who is for sure staying on the team, and anyone else that's not contracted to the team is 50-50. This is a brand new league. You are going to see every team under the sun try different fucking things. And every team isn't going to be doing the same thing the other team is. You see Seattle Surge wipe the whole fucking team, and this is the first year I think you've seen an actual team maybe do that. Usually you see one person stick around, maybe Subliners, but I think Subliners still had a seam last year. Might be wrong. Don't fucking fact check me. I might be wrong. Well, I wish I had someone to fact check me, but, you know, we only got a certain amount of viewers listening and a certain budget, all right? I'm doing this in my goddamn parents' basement, so do you think I got a high budget for this shit? But, going back to the rosters and whatnot and the whole esports thing, I hope this is a really big year for esports. I think it has the potential to be. I think with fans coming back, there's a lot of hype around COD right now, with Warzone, with Vanguard. I think personally, I've seen people talk about Vanguard and playing it, which I didn't even think these people would. I have a person at my work that's been playing Modern Warfare for the past fucking 2 years. Bought Cold War, said he didn't like it, so he kept on playing Modern Warfare. And now he's going to be playing, he said he wants to get Vanguard. I was like, what the fuck? You didn't even play Cold War. You're going to waste your $60? He's like, I don't care. I was like, okay. Then I have another friend that I just started talking to again that said he is probably going to be playing Vanguard on the Alpha. And he plays PC right now, switched from PlayStation to PC. And he's re-downloading shit on his fucking PlayStation to play this shit. And I was hella surprised by that. He had me then starting to debate if I was going to play the Alpha. I don't know if I should play the Alpha. It might do well on stream. It might not. And I'm a small-ass streamer right now. I'm trying to play things that are going to get me views at least. Maybe not follows, but if I'm getting things with views, that's potential follows. I don't know if Vanguard's going to have the views right off the bat. And I'm sure off the Alpha it probably will be, but it also depends on if these streamers are. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns around this game right now. The multiplayer fucking trailer hasn't even been released, but the Alpha's coming out. I think actually today, Wednesday night, what is even today's day? I've been saying it's the 25th. It is the 25th. I'm actually lucky. I'm over here at work saying it's the 25th, and I'm just like, I think yesterday was the 24th. I wrote that down somewhere yesterday, or 2 days ago. There's the 23rd. I have to take a quick sip. But there's a lot of unknowns around this game, and it might be one of the most unknown so far, but there was a playthrough, a campaign playthrough. Let's talk about this real quick. There was a campaign playthrough released. Why are you showing campaign? It got to the point of at one point in Call of Duty, they released it without a campaign. It's like, I haven't played a campaign in who knows how long, since Black Ops 3, I think. And you're still releasing campaign footage before multiplayer? Every trailer released first for Call of Duty is always campaign. Why do you focus so much time around that when the majority of your money that you make for the game is around multiplayer? The longevity of your game is because of multiplayer. If not, even more so, competitive gameplay. So it astonishes me when they release a fucking campaign walkthrough right before this alpha's about to get released, and there's not been any multiplayer reveals on the game. Are you serious? Really? Do you have a fucking brain? Do you think logically at all, or do you at least give a fuck about the people that play your game? I rip into Activision a lot. I have my fucking reasons. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore, bro. I've played so many trash CODs, dealt with so much. Oh my god, this guy caught me from behind. These spawns are trash in this game. Like, so many times. So, they've gotten my time. I'm going to give them my time and shit on their fucking game. Or not even shitting on their game. I'm shitting on their decisions. Because in my opinion, they could have went about it a different way and put more money in their fucking pockets, which is all they care about. It's all they care about. Look at Warzone. You've had a league that you created, a multi-million-dollar league, tens of millions of dollars invested into this league by other companies. And Warzone comes out, and that's what you focus all your attention to? And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, look at the Warzone tournaments that Activision constantly fucking puts in their game. They put Warzone, like the Warzone Championships or Finals or whatever it was. They had banners all around talking about that, but nothing about actual COD Champs, which has been around since technically COD XP and MW3. But you're going to be fucking advertising and marketing this Warzone tournament 10 times more than you are the COD Champs. It's been around way longer. And then you've created a 10 or multi-million-dollar league around franchise. 0 cents. 0 cents in my opinion. 0 cents. Once again, these are my opinions, my thoughts on the shit. I'm not the ones in the back seat, in the back desk, but those people aren't, giving very transparent communication with their fans. And you also see other games and other developing companies have extremely better communication. You have Fortnite release constant updates for the game. Same thing with Apex. Apex is very good with communicating on Twitter. So much other good fucking... And the only time I see good COD support is when the game gets released and the servers go down on the first fucking day it gets released at midnight. Which, once again, happens every fucking time. Tell me how every midnight release so far, other than I think maybe Black Cold War. I don't... Go back in my Twitch shit, something like that. Every Call of Duty... 99% of the time has server issues for the entire globe, not just like Pennsylvania where I'm from. Nah, I'm talking the entire fucking nation, or not nation, globally. The servers are, I actually don't know globally. I technically could be wrong there. But for America, it's fucking ass. When 12 o'clock strikes here, the entire fucking servers go down and you can't fucking play until 1 o'clock. It's bullshit. You're expecting this every single year. You know it's happened every single year. How come you can't try and plan for it? Make the servers so that they're going to be expecting a big, big wave of people playing the game at 12 o'clock. I'm getting a lot off my chest here. It feels fucking fantastic. If anybody agrees with me, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on fucking YouTube. Something like that. At twitch.tv/hoops_KJ. I'm streaming the podcast there now. I stream there every single fucking day. I haven't been able to say that in a long time, if not ever, in my streaming career. Because I am, trying to take it as a career. I see it as like stand-up comedy. It's a new and upcoming career where people make money off of it, and it hasn't been done for a long time, so you're going to see me doing this podcast every Tuesday and fucking Thursday. Not ending it here yet, but, just giving you guys a quick little update on if you made it this long through, which if you did, I appreciate it. We're going to, still talk about this new Vanguard, and I think I'll wrap it up with the roster changes. There hasn't been much more said about it. I mean, Scump was talking about it. He's going to want to wait till Vanguard to sign his contract or a contract, so that's up in the air. I think you are going to see a lot of challengers, people, and amateurs come up this year from challengers. And I think a lot of them are going to do well. I think if you look at the track record for most of the people that have came up, a lot of them are sticking around. If not, they performed well, at least when they were on the team, and the team just decided to go another way to try something else out, like Draza and 100 Thieves. So who knows what to expect from roster changes. I think LA Thieves, honestly, maybe Hook will stay. Hook, that's another big question. He didn't even play at Champs, bro. That's crazy to think about. He had a really good year this year, in my opinion. Maybe not in the beginning, but was starting to play really good. And his whole year was scrapped because of whatever happened with Dallas. And that's a whole other thing. I don't even know. Now, as someone who's done the no, not even. I've done Xanax one time, and it was half a pill, and that's literally the only pill I've ever taken. I fell asleep, and that was all that happened to me on it. And I've just learned in the past year, like the past 6 months, you can literally die off of that shit just trying to get off of it because of the withdrawal. And another similar drug slash fluid that does this is alcohol. If you're an alcoholic or addicted to alcohol, coming off of it sometimes with the withdrawal that people get, they can actually die. So when you have, or I think other people do Adderall, but I think when you see people doing Adderall, you will also see them doing another type of pill or maybe usually Xanax. Could be wrong there, but I just seen a lot of different people do that shit, and I see a lot of mixing of pills. And that's from my own personal experience, not from people looking at YouTube videos and whatnot. That's from people I've seen with my own eyes. And I'm not just saying, oh my god, I've been fucking scarred for life. I'm just like, that's just what I see. Like when you see one pill, you see another. And when a lot of people are saying these pros are on Adderall, I don't know what to expect from a lot of people. Like you look at some of these pros, and Hook won COD champs on Adderall and admitted that, but there was no consequence for it. I think that there definitely needs to be some drug testing starting to be done in the COD League, especially if you want it to be like legitimately legitimized. And like you got to be careful on these drugs that you're doing, especially when it comes to dying and depression and anxiety. There's a lot of for COD. I think they've had Fizzerp. I think was a car accident, so that's not too big. But there was a lot of different stuff going on around the F3 thing, and I'm not going to give my opinions or anything, but depression's a big thing when it comes to video games and COD pro or esports pros in general. You know, they play video games a lot. They get a lot of hate for losing sometimes, and you can get in your head really easily when it comes to the online scene and cyberbullying or just people talking shit behind a fucking computer. You know, you see a lot of these people talk shit, and then people will respond to them. And I've heard about this and didn't really actually know about it and like notice it really happened until I saw it on Twitter. And you see someone that's verified or someone that's decently big in whatever niche that you're looking or paying attention to, and someone will shit talk online, and then that person will actually respond. You know, once in a blue moon they will. And then that person that shit talked to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was just had a bad day. And it's like, that doesn't mean you have the right to just go and shit talk someone. Like, in my eyes, I would never do that. Like, unless I'm going to talk shit to you, I'm going to be right in front of your face talking it. There's no way in hell you're going to catch me talking shit or criticizing someone over a fucking online. Like, I might, shit talk a team or something, but most of the time it's all fun and games. Like, I'm joking around, or, I'll give it in a respectful way. Like when Ultra lost in the reverse Ultra sweep against Rocker, that was so huge and everybody was talking about it, but nobody was really like shit talking Ultra. Like at most they were saying that they choked, which yeah, they fucking choked. That's a fact. So if you're like saying facts like that, if it's a straight fact and you can't really argue it, and like yeah, those guys probably went through a lot of things in their comms that just didn't go well. But I bet you those guys will also say, yeah, we fucking choked. Like, there's other things that people will criticize people on, and there is no right, they have no right to be doing that. Like, a lot of people in the Optic Dynasty, and this is just an example that I know a lot of, people would shit talk Karma a lot. And Karma is a 3-time fucking world champion now. So you have people shit talking this world champion that's actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the fucking team when it comes to rotating kills. When you and I'll elaborate on this after I finish this, but when you have all that criticism for Karma, that could be a lot of depression or anxiety that you have to deal with and block out, and you have to figure out how to manage that. And there's no way he should be have gotten the criticism that he got, and that mostly just happened when they lost, only when they lost. Now, when you're rotating on a hill, that kill is so big, and it's also extremely hard to get. Not only you're rotating to where you don't know where the spawn is. You don't know if the enemy team... Well, you know where the spawn is, but you don't necessarily know if anyone's spawning there yet. You don't know if you have the spawn. You don't know if you're blocking the spawn. And you don't know if the other guys are rotating yet. You don't know if you're the first person there. You don't know if you're the guy walking into the other person that already rotated. So there's a whole bunch of question marks when you're doing that. And it's one of the most important kills in Hardpoint that you have to get in order to get the rotation, which is important to get to win the fucking game. So when you have those players getting criticized like that, just because they're getting these important kills and the people that don't know the fucking game are criticizing and don't even know the full game that they're talking about, it makes no sense. And it's creating a whole bunch of shit that doesn't have to be created, in my opinion. Take another quick drink. I think I gotta drink more. I feel like I'm out of breath almost, but I don't know. I feel like I gotta keep on talking to keep you guys like constantly with me. And I feel like I did quiet down a little bit. It is a little fucking late here, but yeah, I'm just chilling with you guys talking about Call of Duty. And with the new games coming out, we talked a little bit about Vanguard and whatnot. I mentioned Splitgate. I want to talk about that. I think Splitgate, there was a lot of hype around it at first, and I think it was because the Warzone was kind of dying. But I actually figured out, like, I saw a YouTube video of Dr. Disrespect playing that 2 years ago. So, like, the game's been out, I think. It's in a beta right now. It might have been in an alpha. I have no clue. But I think it was like something else other than Warzone for a little bit. It wasn't Battle Royale. It was, a little throwback to Halo. And then I think people just got on the Apex or something different. I think the game died kind of fast. The viewership on Twitch is dropping a lot. And in my opinion, it's a really fun game. I think the only downfall to the game is the over portaling that people can do, because it makes it so that you're getting killed from behind, or you don't really know where the people are anymore on the map, just because you can get across the fucking map in literally like 1 to 2 seconds. So I think limiting portals, especially for competitive play at least, would be a big. But that's just my opinion. I think Halo could really kill the game once Halo comes out, because the new Halo is supposed to be coming out. And that actually has my interest, because I think there's a big similarity between Jetpack Call of Duties and a Halo type of game, where it's that futuristic jetpack game. And Splitgate has my attention. Like, I'm a big fan of the jetpack moving, fast-paced, getting across the map type of game, especially when it comes to competitively. I started to play the 2v2 ranks because I couldn't find a whole team, but I was grinding that shit and fucking super into it when I first started playing. And the only really big reason I stopped is just because there wasn't really any viewership around it. And like I said, you could say whatever you want about, oh my god, you're trying to do it all for the views. Like, no, I'm just trying to get a fucking following. Like, there's not many people watching me all the time, so I'm trying to get people watching me at first, and then I'll play what I want to fucking play. It's that simple. I have plenty of faith of my content and what I bring to the table. It's just the fact that I got to get that foundation, which I've been working fucking on. I've been working on getting that foundation, that constant 3-4 people in the stream, and I have the people in the stream that come by every 2-3 times a week, if not 4 to 5 times a week, and they come in the stream 2 to 3 times a stream. And shout out to everybody that does that. And if you want to go follow me, I really appreciate it. If not, I'll catch you on another podcast if you're listening. But if not, I think Twitch is going to go places. If you don't, then good for you. But I think that Halo, a lot of people were giving a lot of criticism because they were saying for Halo to succeed, it needs to have a BR or Battle Royale, which I don't know. A lot of games have a Battle Royale now, and it may seem like a necessity for every game. That might be it definitely seems to be a formula for success if you're a game developing company looking at it from a third person point of view, but will it have a Battle Royale? I don't know. I think it has the potential to be really good. People say it might be the best Battle Royale if it does, but I'm pretty sure the release got pushed back, and I haven't really seen any content from it. I might just be missing out there, but could be really wrong. Could be wrong there. I don't really know the release on it or anything, and I don't know any news about that. But I just know that I think it has the potential to really be big this year, especially with the hype that Splitgate got. Everybody knows Halo. Everybody's played Halo in the gaming space. Maybe not so much of the new people, the younger kids coming up, but definitely if you're my age in your 20s or past, you've definitely played Halo at least once. Like, fuck, Joe Rogan knows what the fuck Halo is. Like, it's definitely a big game, and it has the potential to do good. It's just the fact that the developers got to hit the nail on the head this time. I think, for me, as not being a Halo fan when it was a thing, I think I could definitely get back into it and for sure be that fucking Beam City motherfucking player that I am. But it's got to have the viewership right now for me. I'm just putting it out there. Like, if you want to come watch me, come watch me. If not, not. Like, I think my content's decent. I think I try and stay as consistent as possible now, which was my biggest problem in my opinion. Like, I've been being super inconsistent in YouTube since 2016, I want to say. Maybe even 2015 in Minecraft. And it's just how it was, I was a young kid, didn't really realize what I was doing, and definitely didn't see it getting this big as it was, and didn't know how big it was even at the time. But that's just how things are, you change as a person, you figure things out, and you notice what you want to do, and that's why I made this podcast. I think gaming is going to be around for a long time, and it's going to get really big, and it's something that I really enjoy. I've been into since I was a kid, and it's literally always been around my life, and I feel like this time I'm just going to keep on grinding it out. So if you guys want to stick around, stick around. If not, no worries. Damn, I think we almost had like 2,000 viewers on Twitch. But we almost had an hour, so I'll go a little 7 more minutes. Maybe. There are any other teams that I didn't think about for the CDL? What's it called? The team Rostermania, John? No, I'm trying to think. Is there anything of Vanguard that I missed? That's the thing. The Zombies actually is going to be coming out by Treyarch. Or at least Treyarch's working with Sledgehammer. Working with them with the Zombies. And people actually... I've heard people say World War II was their favorite Zombies, and that's cap. Like, if you say World War II is your favorite Zombies, you haven't played Black Ops 2 Zombies, and you haven't played Black Ops 3 Zombies. In my opinion, like, those are the two best. I say Black Ops 3 is a better version of Black Ops 2, and that's my opinion. But when it comes to, the upgrading of the guns, the way the zombies move and they look, and the way the maps have so many different things to them, Treyarch takes that shit every fucking day. No questions asked. You see Infinity Ward with their Extinction and Ghost. That was a fucking fail. The only thing the Infinity Ward made was good was Survival and Modern Warfare 3. Shout out to that shit. I would watch Allier on YouTube for hours, bro. And then I would watch him while playing that shit. I would then get his strategies that he used and start playing with that shit while watching him. Like, that shit was fucking so good in MW3. And maybe it's because I was young and just, I wanted to play COD and it was something new. But I'll give credit where credit is due. But other than that, no one has compared to Black Ops Zombies the way Black Ops Zombies has done viewership-wise. No one talks about Extinction. No one talks about World War II zombies. And I want to say Infinity Ward tried a zombies before Ghost, like with Extinction. But I don't think so. I know Sledgehammer came out with zombies in Advanced Warfare. And that shit was just easy. That shit was so... Like, when you put jetpacks in the game, it makes the game super easy. But honestly, like, I had some fun on that, too. Like, that was a different type of zombies. And to me, I honestly, when it first came out, I had fun. I think it got old after that. That's what I'll say. I think it was like a honeymoon stage. It was a new type of zombies. And I was really into Advanced Warfare. It was something different for me to play on the game. But, I think there's a lot of unknown. That's how I'm going to finish the podcast off with Vanguard and whatnot. Like, I don't even know where they're coming up with Vanguard from. Like, what the fuck is it called Vanguard for? I mean, like, Advanced Warfare, that makes sense. Infinite Warfare. I mean, it's got Warfare. I guess that makes sense. But Vanguard's a completely different turnaround for a Call of Duty name. Even just think about that. I mean, you have Call of Duty Ghosts. That makes sense in the way that you have Ghost as a humongous big character that just about any COD person that played original Call of Duty 4 knows who Ghost is. And that was a big thing in their fucking campaign. But is it gonna be a good game? I don't know. I think that's what people are saying about a lot of different things about this game right now. So, is it good? Once again, I don't fucking know. Like, is it good that the game has a lot of unknowns about it? Usually, no. Usually, that's terrible. Usually, when there's a lot of unknowns about something new, it's not good. When you have a decent understanding of what to expect, that's decent. That's decent. I remember in the Black Ops 3 trailer, there was a big what's it called when it was basically a reaction thing, and people did an analysis of the Black Ops 3 trailer, and someone saw a jetpack and was like, oh, you know what to expect. Black Ops 3 is going to be a jetpack game. We had Advanced Warfare. We know what to kind of expect. And then you see the wall running that they're doing and the guns that they're using in multiplayer at least, and people say that they saw the STG look good, but how do you know it looks good when you haven't even played it? Like, it may look like it wrecks someone in a campaign game, but like campaign hell's way fucking different than multiplayer in my opinion. Like, fuck, you know how long the longest time campaign didn't have hit markers? Black Ops 3, I'm pretty sure, was the first. Black Ops 3 or Ghost was one of the first CODs they had hit markers in a campaign. Fact. If not, it was. Hold on. Let me fix that statement. It was Ghost, which I don't think it was. Advanced Warfare, possibly. If not, Black Ops 3, it 100% had hit markers by Black Ops 3 in campaign. And those are like the last 3 campaigns that I played. Last 3, that's it. And I actually thought the Advanced Warfare one was pretty good. I don't remember the Black Ops 3 one because I played it on like 24 hours or 48 hours with no sleep because I was just staying up trying to play as much of the game. And that's like, I was like 16, no drugs or anything back then for me. And I just like was in love with the game. I loved Call of Duty back then. Ghost, decent campaign. Black Ops, all of Black Ops, really decent campaign. But, like, other than that, like, I haven't played campaign literally since Black Ops 3, and even then, I finished it, and literally after I finished it, I didn't know what happened. I have zero clue of any even... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Black Ops 3 campaign was kind of cool because you could have like the different classes and whatnot. And that's all I really remember about it. That's literally all I remember about it. And probably where I'm going to wrap up the podcast. We hit an hour here. It's getting a little late, so I am going to wrap it up. I wanted to try and go a little longer, but I feel like we had a good amount of content. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute and talked way better than I did the first podcast. If you didn't listen to that one, give it a listen. We talked about the COD Champs phase, winning COD Champs, a little bit about other teams and how they did. Another thing you could see a lot, I'll wrap it up on this, wrapping up with the esports thing. A little prediction. You see a lot of, you see phase, and what you'll see a lot of teams doing now at the beginning of a franchise is trying different things out, and not all things will work. FaZe has a general overall coach, and then they have, which is Crowder, and then they have Tupac as an S&D coach. You could get to the point maybe where you see this year, not only you see more teams have an S&D coach, possibly you see people even have like a respawn coach. Maybe not necessarily specific to Hardpoint, but respawn, because there is going to be a third game mode. A lot of research might be done into the... It might not be a new game mode, but who knows what map 3 is going to even be in esports right now for Call of Duty. Just another unknown. Just saying. Another unknown. Not good, but I think you're going to see a lot more teams adapting to that coaching style of having multiple coaches like big sports teams do now. You see, I said this on the last podcast, you see NFL teams have an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, a quarterback guy, a whole bunch of different positions for coaches when it comes to sports teams. And I think you're going to start seeing that in Call of Duty. I think if you look at FaZe, their S&D was probably the most consistent and best the entire year out of any other fucking team. They dropped the least amount of maps out of any other team. That alone should just show you that their coaching, that their team organization overall has a good setup, and their players are also fucking phenomenal. Cannot discredit those players at all. Shout out, I'm going to wrap it up here, to FaZe, Abizi, Simp, Arcides, and fuck. Dude, am I really choking like that right now? Bro, how do I forget the fourth? I'm having the biggest brain fart. Abizi, Simp. Oh, Celium, MC. My B, bro. If I ever meet you, I will fucking kiss you. But hopefully you have a great fucking day on your Wednesday. I'm thinking it's fucking Wednesday. Hopefully you guys have a great fucking Thursday and a good weekend. Going up into this alpha for the Call of Duty Vanguard release. Hopefully it's good. Let me know how it is. If you guys play it, I don't even know if I am. If you do, you'll see me streaming it. Twitch.tv/hoops_KJ. Check out the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube at HoopesKJ. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be wrapping this shit up. Hopefully you all fucking have a great day. And yeah, have a great one, you cocksucking monkeys.